Say hello with the rest.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Right. Great. Well, it's 6:31 and we'll open the ZBA meeting for March of 2026. Before we get started, we have to do.
Pending items.
Yep.
First, we have minutes from the meeting that was held February 16th. There a motion to approve. February 17th, I'm sorry. Motion by Max.
Second.
By Jamie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. We had one other pending item. Sent the board an email beforehand about the Saab signage case. And the board read the notice. We did the secret determination. We had a planning board recommendation shared with the board. We went through our criteria. And did everything that we normally do, except there was not an Onondaga County Planning Board decision on this case when the board discussed it. So Julie, if you'd be so kind. And what does this say at the end? Oh, up a little bit. No position. Resolved. So the county has no comments or position on this. Am I reading this correctly?
Right, no comments.
Okay. Now that is so, I was hoping the board could vote on this, and the motion is to approve one attached sign on the north building facade without an access drive. Or DeWitt Town Code Section 192-106 F3A allows for one attached building sign per facade to which the lot has an access drive. If you recall correctly, that sign is located facing their parking lot.
Motion.
Motion by Max.
Yeah.
So a second by Kelly, got you this time, Jamie. Chair. And I'll call for a vote. Member Perrin,
Yes.
member Trevette,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Cornfeld.
Yes.
Chairperson O'Connor.
Yes.
Okay, so the Saab census case formally passes 4-0, Julie. And we can do the notice of action after this meeting. And thank you for all of this. Passes. I was hoping I could drag that out to 6:35. And I'm a minute short. In a second, I'll read the first notice and then we'll get started on our cases for tonight. First. Always the longest minute. There we go. 6:35. So the first case. Quick shops. Oh. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay? I can't
Yes.
read your name.
Oh,
Hi, Stephen.
I have a dog that's barking here. I'm sorry. My name is Steve Clark.
Hi, Steve.
Hello.
Is there anyone in the audience interested in this case in particular?
What is that case?
This is for signage at the Pickwick shops around the corner. Just because you asked that question, I'm going to read the notice. Notice is hereby given pursuant to Section 267A of the New York State Town Law that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of DeWitt, New York. Town offices, 5400 Butternut Drive, East Syracuse, New York, on Monday, March 16th, 2026 at 6:35 p.m. to consider the application of Stephen Clark received by the DeWitt Town Clerk on February 22nd, 2026. Concerning the premises situated at 4621-4623 East Genesee Street, tax map parcel ID 062-05271, 936 LLC owner, in a business transitional zoning district. Specific relief requested by the applicant is an area variance to allow for 3 signs to be installed 3 inches below the roof eave, where DeWitt Town Code Section 192-106 G4C requires signage to be installed a minimum distance of 12 inches below the roof eave or a foot below the roof eave, and for such additional relief as may be necessary and appropriate. That was published March 5th, 2026. Before you get started there, Steve, give me 1 second. The town is declaring lead agency for the purposes of seeker. This is an unlisted action for a commercial area variance. There are no negative environmental impacts associated with the proposed action. Okay, Steve, sorry for all that talking. Go ahead.
Thank you. So actually, as I said in my application, this is requires no change at all to the existing signage on the building. The signage that is there, and we're talking about the three signs specifically that face Pickwick Road, have been in place for over 30, probably 40 years, and we are now in the process of completing a multi-tenant sign plan for the building as required by the Town of DeWitt Planning Board. And come to find out that the Town of DeWitt has enacted a new regulation, the one you cited, which requires the distance between the top of the sign and the eave to be 12 inches. This is a relatively new regulation. So in order to receive approval from the planning board for the multi-tenant sign package, then we need to, they cannot approve it unless the zoning variance is also approved. I hope that's complete. What else can I tell you?
Yeah,
So the signs we're looking at now when we leave town hall here are the same signs, same distance below the roof eave as it's been.
I didn't quite hear that, but the signs that are there now.
The way the signs are now is what you're asking for.
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's all I was getting at.
Can we blow up those images
Mhm.
just so we can see those?
The
This is-
plan you have is my multi-tenant sign plan for the building. So with the new signs will be a somewhat different design than the signs that are there now. They'll all be consistent with a beige background, black letters, black border. And so they're somewhat smaller than the signs that are in place currently.
Planning board make a recommendation on this?
they have no position.
What do they say?
They're recommending the variance. The planning board has been working with Steve for a while now to get to this point, and everyone's happy with where it is now. I don't believe this is a new section of code, but these were just probably pre-existing non-conforming signs and
But it sounds like. a
multi-tenant
something.
buildings, so.
I think they are pre-existing, but they were never non-conforming until this regulation was put in place. As far as I understand, I mean,
Non-conforming just means they were pre-existing the code that created that.
right.
In any event, if this variance is granted, that's all that's remaining for Mr. Clark. Okay, and the planning board is recommending that it be granted.
Yes.
Okay, how about the county?
They have no position.
No position.
County has no position.
Steve, would you happen to know the height of the signs that are there now?
The height from the surface, from the ground?
No, the sign dimension.
Oh, yes, I do, actually. The three signs we're talking about are on Pickwick Road. The current dimensions are 96 by 16. The new signs will be 96 by 12 inches, so they'll be narrow, somewhat, 4 inches narrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm understanding the 3 inches below the eave for the three signs. And they're asking for a 9-inch variance for
each.
a total of 12 inches for each.
It's 9 inches. It should be a foot each under the eave. They're gonna be 3 inches each. under
That's
the
Okay,
eave.
right.
I'm
Okay,
just phrasing it as all 3 signs.
all right,
He gets 3 signs. He can have 6 signs, 3 signs that are 3 inches below the eave.
all right.
Should cover it.
There's some nuances here, but that's basically what we're asking for. In order to comply with the 12 inches, it would be well, I said in my application, the signs would be lower on the building. They wouldn't really be fitting for the building or the neighborhood. So I think that my sense is that as the signs appear now, it fits the building, complements the building, and complements the neighborhood.
you can't really go skinnier than that, right? You have to have the writing on there, so.
Well, there you go. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's supposed to be a sign, so 12 inches is about as skinny as I can go. So I'd have to then, if there were a problem with this, we'd probably go back to the original dimensions of the sign, which is 96 by 16, and we just lower the signs. And then we'd have to restrict the pedestrian traffic. The only
Minimum height,
Yeah.
Right.
have to be off the ground, and then you have to get into like having railings to keep people from walking under the signs and everything.
exactly.
It's definitely unique.
Exactly.
I think I'm okay to make a recommendation, so.
You wanna make a motion?
Before we do that, in terms of alternatives, am I right that there's no way to put the sign over the soffit and like on the roof?
I thought, no, I don't think so. I think there's another regulation against that. I don't know, but
Okay,
I don't think that would be sellable to the planning board. I'm quite sure it wouldn't be. I'm quite sure it wouldn't be, but only conversationally. I haven't looked at the regulation, but I'm pretty sure that would not be permissible in the town of DeWitt.
You are
Our
correct.
director of planning is nodding her head in agreement, silent agreement.
Okay.
There, it's the stuff so nice.
Demonstration.
All right, Jamie, you wanna make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the variance for,
I'll do the rest.
at 9, my screen went dead, I can't see
Is there a
that.
second? Second by Max, got a motion by Jamie, second by Max to approve an area variance to allow 3 signs to be installed 3 inches below the roof eave. Or DeWitt Town Code Section 192-106, G4C requires signage to be installed a minimum distance of 12 inches below the roof eave. Go through the criteria, will there be an undesirable change produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties created?
no, it's been there for 40 years. Or to be detrimental, it's already been there.
Just to make the signs nicer too. Is there some other method feasible for the applicant to pursue, like Dan was asking, other than an area variance?
No,
Not really.
not that's feasible.
Options are one of them. Is the requested area variance substantial?
Are you talking? Are you asking
No,
me?
just talking to the board.
Okay.
Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just make.
You agree, Max?
Yeah, I was just,
Will there be an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district?
no,
Self-created?
Yes.
And I've got a motion by Jamie, second by Max to approve the area variance to allow 3 signs to be installed 3 inches below the roof eave. Call for a vote. Member Perrin,
yes.
member Trevette,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cornfeld,
Yes,
Chairperson O'Connor.
Yes.
Congratulations, Steve.
Thank you.
Thanks
Oh,
for coming.
man. Great news. Thank you very much. Listen, these signs we're going to put in place are going to be an improvement to the building. I think the town and everybody that sees them it's going to make the building look better. And I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to it. So thank you very much.
Every day, the new signs look great. You've done a great job over there.
Thank you. Thank you, board.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
They're up there.
It shouldn't be.
They lowered the.
Oh, good deal.
Oh.
Okay. I'm leaving before you change your mind.
No, you're good. That was
Okay.
my mistake.
Thank you.
We're striking that from the record.
Okay.
Talk too much. Okay. All right, next up is 3550 Erie, Richardson,
3350.
3350.
Yeah.
Typo.
I'm taking, my name is Mark Caruso, I'm with Osmer Frisch.
Hi, Mark. Is there anyone in the audience interested in this case?
Yeah,
I'm gonna read the notice. Give me 1 second.
yeah, I have the notice in front of me.
You can read along with me. How many? Second. Notice is hereby given pursuant to section 267A of the New York State Town Law that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of DeWitt, New York. Town offices, 5400 Butternut Drive, East Syracuse, New York, on Monday, March 16th, 2026 at 6:40 p.m. to consider the application of Adam Richardson received by the DeWitt Town Clerk on February 23rd, 2026 concerning the premises situated at 350 Erie Boulevard East, tax map parcel ID 4803041, 3350 Erie Boulevard LLC owner in a business zoning district. Specific relief requested by the applicant is an area variance to allow a parking space reduction of 19 spaces for a total of 13 parking spaces, where DeWitt Town Code Section 192-103D requires a minimum of 32 parking spaces, and for such additional relief as may be necessary or appropriate. That was published March 5th, 2026. And before you get started, the town is declaring lead agency for the purposes of seeker. This is an unlisted action for a commercial area variance. There are no negative environmental impacts associated with the proposed actions. Okay, Mark.
Okay, so I'm here in place of Adam Richardson, and as you stated, this project renovates an existing commercial building for a small deli use. The only relief that we are requesting is a parking variance due to the constraints of the existing lot. And the project improves the site while bringing a currently vacant building back in operation. So as you stated, again, we're looking for a variance for parking. 32 spaces are required, and we've got 13 on our new site plan, so we're asking for a variance for 19 spaces.
How many spaces are in the facility now?
Which site people?
It looks like 7. I don't know.
Let's look up the site plan, we'll see. You said this is gonna be a deli, sir?
It's gonna be a deli and a barber shop.
A deli and a barber shop, okay.
So it's multiple floors, so it's a deli on the ground floor, and then up above the first floor would be the barber shop, and then storage on the upper floor. So previously, there was parking on Erie Boulevard, and DOT it's no longer permitted. So there was some along Erie Boulevard that
Right there next to the storefront, like you see.
Like where you walk in the store.
And all those other businesses, you see them right there.
yeah, so if you go to the site plan, the new site plan, you'll see that that we've created
And those, I'll go back, Julie, those are the spots you're talking about there on the right.
They're eliminated.
Yeah, those are
Yes.
the ones you can't use.
They require backing into the store.
Correct. so those
Okay.
have all been eliminated.
They do that for all those businesses on Erie Boulevard?
No, it's based on
Not as
proximity.
parking in the front.
Oh, it's based on proximity to the right of way.
Yeah.
It's the hill.
So
Yeah,
the
so
parking's
DOT
kind of in the back.
Correct.
Okay.
And that on the left there is going to be all 13.
Yeah, there's a proposed parking sheet, if you go to sheet G105. Yeah, yep. You can zoom in on that. That shows. So this shows, if you go to move it over,
The hell is right in.
yep, and go up, you can see, yep. So here's
That's that lot.
I've got 12 here, and then if you go down, there's a handicap parking spot up front. You scroll,
On the side street.
yeah,
Okay.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, be the handicap spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the handicap spot.
that's a
And as far as possible parking, I mean, what else are you looking at? Is that the most that?
That's
Could
the
possibly
most
build.
you could get.
It's the most,
Is that
yeah,
what
between
we're
the
looking
DOT restraints, that's the most we could get. And I know Adam has been in front of the planning board a few times, and they had a couple of exceptions.
What the planning board have to say about this one?
I mean, it could be tight even with the ones, that,
Yeah,
you know, like.
They recommend it?
yeah,
Yeah,
They recommended yes? Let's see that.
it's at the bottom.
Is there any easement or relationship with the neighbors? So people park?
I'm a neighbor. And I've been looking at that building for years. What a disgrace.
Could you state your name, please?
My
and
name is
address?
Jean Paulson. I live at 104 Sutton Place.
Jean Paulson.
Yeah, there's only one house between me and that disgraced building.
Do you want to address the board and
Yes,
speak to this? You're welcome to.
the building should be sold or demolished and put some trees and some flower garden. Because there is no room for parking. There is nobody going there. They had a beauty salon and an insurance, and they could only put one car in the front. Nobody wants to park on top and walk down below. The man in the hotel offered the Mr. Richardson several times to buy the house because he would have made it into something for his mother and his sister and his father. And Mr. Richardson refused. He continued paying the taxes.
Well, Mr. Richardson is the architect, so he's not the owner,
Well, it said Richardson on my paper.
but he's not the owner. Nashua Ahmed is the owner.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is that that thing needs, there's no room for expansion and there is no room for anything. It is a disgrace. It's been there since, I guess, 1980, a disgrace. And it's still a disgrace.
When's the last time that this was being used as a business?
That 2 years ago, they had the salon there and an insurance company there. And it was hell because nobody went there.
And we're cleaning it up quite a bit. We've created green space. We've eliminated the.
Where you gonna put that, on the top of the roof?
We don't need, really, just please address the board. We don't want any arguments in the crowd.
There is nothing there for any business or anything or any park. They put up 2 glasses downstairs one time, put a lot of ladies' clothes inside. Nobody was opening it and nobody went. The pavement in front of the building that belongs to the town and the road of Erie Boulevard is a disgrace. Then you go up on the side, there is no 8 feet on the side and there's no 8 feet inside. There's not even 6 feet for a car to come up and park there. I lived there for years and I know what's going on there. What he should do, if he want to sell the building, give it to the man at the hotel for $2. That's what it's worth. It isn't worth $1. $2 might help him fix the inside and move his mother and them over there. Because he need the parking at the back. Nobody wants to walk down. And the park have 2 garbage bins there been since 5 years ago. It's still full of garbage and all around is garbage and bush. Nothing has been taken care of. Even when they put the glass front downstairs. There is no way on a corner like that can you have a deli or whatever you say you want to have, I don't know. There is no way, absolutely no way. I'm accustomed to building things and I'm accustomed to knowing what goes on. And that is a disgrace. It needs to be demolished,
Your concerns are noted and they'll be in the record.
yes.
I'm curious about the planning board's recommendation. Why did the planning board recommend yes?
By the way, you can always talk with the bylaw. I complain every day about it, every day.
Right now it's vacant. And I see something there. It's a really constrained site. Unfortunately, the parking in front. Really doesn't work with the state right away. It's not safe. So really that parking in back is all they have here.
My immediate question is about the decision to have 2 uses when you only have 13 spots.
I don't know how you're handicap accessible with a parking space down on the bottom and all this, they have this. Half the,
If you had 1 use, this would be a
yeah,
stretch,
right,
one use.
you might be able to swing it. But with 2 uses, I don't know how you're supposed to run up Erie Boulevard and down the street and like, I don't.
Well, there'll be a sidewalk that goes up from the,
They look pretty steep.
oh, it is, but they're not requiring, ADA compliance is to meet the grade of the road. So technically, it's allowed regardless of whether or not it's easily doable by somebody in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I know Adam had 2 work sessions with the planning board and again, with the DOT constraints that. That's with the lot constraints, that's the best that they could.
So you weren't able to get really truly 2% slope to get to the upper level probably.
Well, technically, you can be up to less than 5% slope and not have handrails. So
Yes,
2% is for the parking.
right. Well, I don't see any handrails there, so that's why I kind of was thinking.
Yeah, so it's less than 5%.
Right.
So technically it's
Doesn't need-
accessible.
Okay.
path.
No position.
When you look at drawings like that, it is worthless. You gotta go see it yourself.
Is there a sidewalk? I don't quite.
No.
Can you go back to the
Ma'am, I understand your position, we've
Yeah.
heard it. It's the responsibility of the zoning board to review the applications as they come. We can't tell the owner of a private business whether or not they should demolish their building.
Mhm.
It's not within
Or
our
sell it.
responsibility or authority.
Yeah, I
You don't
know,
have the
I
ability.
know all of that.
And the proposed site plan, can you help me understand, because this is a good point, the ADA compliance, I don't quite understand it now either, because I thought there was a sidewalk.
No,
That, ma'am, I'm asking you about the proposed plan as shown on the plan. I understand your position right now as it exists. That's not what I'm asking about. On this plan, can you tell me how somebody would get from the street level up into the upper business?
So, yeah, I mean, you're right, they can't, they've got a stair, I mean, there's sidewalk here, but it's not accessible. It's not an accessible path.
It doesn't mean it's not an accessible path.
It's not handicap.
It's not here, so it's not,
It's not ADA.
it's not.
The upper, yeah.
Is there a door in the back?
On the side, I believe.
It's on the, yeah, it's on the side.
What did the planning board say about that?
So they can't
There's really
get
no way
into.
to slope for them to make it accessible.
And if they put the accessible spot at the top,
There's really no way with the slope for them to make it accessible.
Well, then they need to find an accessible spot up top.
But
That eliminates
top,
two.
There's stairs at the top.
They not do one on the street, they said, a turn.
Doesn't it have to be ADA compliant?
There's one on the front.
This is a rough
But
one.
it's interesting.
Very constrained site.
Is that?
You rarely run into issues of ADA compliance.
I'm surprised the town didn't allow them to put an ADA spot in the town right away, they used it to make it legal.
My understanding, new
No,
new
DOT
construction has to adhere to ADA compliance. That's
DOT
my,
would not allow that.
that's my understanding. So. By not having an ADA compliant setup over there that's approved. It's a risk, isn't it?
Front would be ADA compliant with the space in front.
But.
But we just said it wouldn't be, we just said it's unacceptable.
Like space in the front of the
Right.
building.
But where the right of way,
Where
where
the-
you're removing those seven
That would
spots
be-
that are in front, where the doors are, there's gonna be one ADA compliant spot.
Correct, down, yes.
So,
and they have to pull pins so that they're entirely off the right of way and
But then they
back out
then back.
Yeah,
to the right of way and then.
Well, back to
yeah,
the
you're
yard.
parked right there, you can. Guess what?
which one you want?
Yeah, the map picture, yeah. So
He's saying one of those will be.
the ADA is not gonna be on the right there, it's gonna be
Right, yeah.
in the
In the
middle.
front.
No, but
Sure.
it's parallel to the building though, the face of the building,
Correct.
in order to be able to
Stay out of the right of way,
stay out of the right of way to back up and then pull out of.
but you can't enter the building from down there.
Yes.
You can't.
Only one corner.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Well, and we also don't know whether or not there's means,
Wait, so it'll be,
Sideways like that,
it won't be vertical, it'll be,
yeah, along across the stripes there.
Yeah, it'll be, right, it'll be parallel to the building. So if you go back to that, the G 105, yeah, so,
So picture the car right where that text is.
right, so you pull in,
there also
How
could be
many-
internal access that we don't know about.
well, wait, how many ADA spots do they
I
have
don't know
to
whether or not
have
there's a
for
lift
13?
inside the building.
Because the planning board has gone over all of this.
How many ADA spots do they have to have for 13 spots?
I think just one.
Okay, so they.
But I'm not an ADA.
Yeah, and I don't think we
I
should,
think it's one.
yeah, we should be really careful.
I think we should be.
right, 125.
Yeah, we don't wanna,
But again, we're asking for a variance.
Reading a minimum of one for 13 spaces.
That's what I'm trying to,
That's what I'm reading.
But we're really required to have more spaces, so that's the.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The significant reduction in spaces would bring us over the 25, right? I understand that.
Yes.
Yeah, 32.
32 spaces you would need to,
Yeah.
you would need two accessible parking spaces for
Earnings
32.
and rise of this.
But there's not 32 being proposed, there's only 13 being proposed.
right, so the plan as prepared
The ADA
is
is based
compliant,
on, it's based on what they're proposing, it's not based on what our
what it
code
is,
requires.
right? So if we grant the variance, then they're in compliance.
That's what we have to make sure of, I That's what
Well, I don't know
we have to
what,
make sure of.
I don't know whether it's the responsibility of this board to determine whether or not they're ADA compliant. We grant variances based on deviations from our own code. And I don't know if we should start. ADA gets really tricky really quick, and
Well, I'm not gonna approve something that isn't in plan to be ADA compliant, so.
They have to represent to us that it is ADA
Right. Right,
for this board to go.
correct.
Because
that's governed by other bodies. I
No,
don't.
we've always addressed ADA compliant parking here.
ever since
Nighttime.
Robin and Tom were here,
Yeah,
Robin was all about the ADA. I hear-
Robin would be all over it.
I hear what Max is saying,
Yeah, but we've always addressed that.
no,
Could I say something?
Certainly.
He's talking about putting a deli. You know what you're gonna get in that corner there? A calamity. Because people don't go on park and walk down a hill and get a deli. There is absolutely no reason to give this man permission. It's all a scheme. But the property isn't worth being there. It's a disgrace. It's been a disgrace for years.
I understand how you feel about that, but the only thing that this board can look at tonight is the parking spots. So the issue of whether the building or the tenant or what is going in the building, whether it remains, is part of a discussion that's been had with a different board. So the only thing that we can look at tonight is the parking.
Do you know the parking where he have there already a parking spot? It's level to the roof of the house. And they take steps to go down to the house from the parking lot. Like 4 steps.
But didn't,
You can't see the step from the road because it's actually on the government road.
but didn't we just say that there was an entrance at the top?
No,
I think it's on the side.
It's on the,
Where is it here? Like, if these are the steps.
Can you point it out on the, please?
I'm sorry, yeah.
the parking lot's up there above. the steps.
That's the railing coming down, I'm seeing in white, it was on the.
so there's an entry over here, so there's an entry in the front over here, and then the other business, the entry would be here.
And there is a railing there.
Can we see that elevation?
I mean,
Above it?
there is no railing there,
Yeah.
railing at the top of the parking lot.
The railing on those.
There's a
So there's
railing
the
on the
stairs,
steps right there.
coming down the incline from the parking lot, behind the hedge.
There's a railing there.
It only reaches as far as the steps.
It-
Yeah,
on the other
all the way
hand,
down the
like,
hill
what are we-
in front
you want
to the
something
deli.
there?
There's nothing, the planning board is saying, yes, you want something there rather than sit there and rot.
Right.
So.
Right.
If this is what they, and the planning board's saying they're doing the most that they can to make something fit in this site.
What are these spots gonna remain here, the asphalt that's there now, I can't.
Most of
No.
it's in the town right of way,
It's
so
gonna
they
go
can't
be
show it as.
removed.
Like, are you, is that
No,
the area you're making green space?
Yes.
So that's gonna look better than it looks.
That's all gonna be green space?
Yeah, go to the site plan, so it's gonna be a combination of stone and green space. So there's plantings here, and then this is gonna be striped out, but
I just said
there's
that.
gonna be shrubs.
Totally stuck.
And this is gonna be striped out, and then there's gonna be new stone with ground cover, new sidewalk, remove existing shrubbery on site, replant existing shrubbery along new sidewalk.
And the plan to the right, am I interpreting that dash line as the property line? I can't see it from here. The one to the right,
This,
the plan to the right there, is that dash line? That's in line with the railing, is that the property line?
this one here,
Nope, you move your hand to the right, go right, there you go, right there, right where the cursor is that the property line?
scroll down. Overhead utility, this is utility.
Okay, where's the property line? Not showing up?
I'm not sure.
Isn't it the street?
It's in the street.
No, it's got.
It's
There's
not,
a right of way.
there's a right of way
Yeah.
and there's gonna be one parking spot and then pavement, I would think, between the spot to the street.
Whatever the planning board did, they're making sure it's out of the right of ways, you know, they're looking at the
Right.
site, they're looking at everything else at the site. The only thing they couldn't do is approve the parking because there are 20 or so spaces.
Yeah, I
below
mean, the
what's required.
site is.
Are you guys, have you evaluated what you anticipate the traffic to be? I mean, a deli and a barber shop could be
What if it's busy at noon? and-
pretty busy. So where have you arranged maybe, or have you discussed with the hotel the opportunity for any overflow parking, or what's the solution?
That I do not know.
Cause that would be my concern is
What if they're popular
there's
businesses?
definitely gonna be, it would seem plausible that at noon you would have people getting haircuts and sandwiches.
Yeah, that I don't know, but I know the planning board, I mean, they've been back and forth with this quite a bit, so that might have been discussed, I don't know.
There's a lot to think about. You know, the volume of traffic and whether if people weren't. I mean. People park where they're not supposed to, they park on the street, it's a violation and get ticketed on codes, but. By approving the reduction in parking, are we not making this potentially a problem?
A hazard.
A hazard,
This
yeah,
site is far from.
yeah,
Reasons.
Doesn't mean we.
Yeah, I mean, the
questions
key, I
about-
think, is they're gonna fix up this dilapidated building and make it better. Is it perfect? No.
So when I look at Google Maps, the property next door is a touch-free car wash. Is there access from that touch-free car wash parking lot to the parking lot behind this building?
I don't think so.
No,
There's a guardrail there. I think there's a big change in grade.
yeah,
So you.
oh yeah, there is a.
Yeah.
You couldn't
That's the
park,
back of the car wash.
Yeah,
yeah,
park
no,
at the car wash and walk over.
no,
No.
no, it's quite a distance, there's
Yeah,
no parking.
there's a railing at the end.
Right.
I think the logical option would be the hotel.
In the past, we've had people show us that that's not an option, right? That they tried to get,
The hotel?
just in general, that they tried or made efforts to get that sort of reciprocal parking arrangement.
Could I say something?
To meet what the requirement is.
Right. That must be true, or they would argue.
Can I say something to you? When the people gas up in the gas station, where you think they go because they can't go across Erie Boulevard? They come up there, past my house. Some of them doesn't know it's a dead end. They go on one side and some go on one side. It's a tremendous amount of traffic from the gas station. Because when they fill up gas, they're not gonna go to the end of Erie Boulevard where the lights are. They come up that street and they go to the rest of the streets and find their way back out again. Some of them go back to Oric and go back down to the lights. Some of them go the other side to dump fuel, and some of them go up to the dead end and come back down. I sit there and watch the whole day. I have nothing else to do. I'm 35 years old.
Understood, so, if there were efforts though to contact the hotel and say, in the case of overflow. Can people park in the hotel? Those arrangements happen in the town.
Well, that shouldn't, that boy
We
would
do
never
have
happen.
reciprocal parking arrangements. But
yeah, whether the owners
Across the board.
reached out to the hotel, yeah, I don't know.
so,
It seems like I would be interested in that. I definitely understand the desire for something to be there and for something to be productive. But I am concerned that that is not enough parking spaces for two businesses. And would like
what happened when?
to know what the plan would be if you have 13 people there at lunch. And if there has been any communication for reciprocal parking.
So if they've all told you, no, your neighboring business is this, and no, take a hike, you can't park here, that's one thing, you can show that, but. At least that's an option that would alleviate those concerns, right?
Sure.
What if this is full, where are people gonna park, well, go to the Econo Lodge.
Right,
That makes sense, but without that, I think some of
Yeah,
those
we can present
nice
that.
lady's
to the owner.
concerns are valid, right? If she doesn't know what's gonna happen, then.
It's a valid concern.
yeah, I mean, if you would be willing to supplement the record with that, I would be willing to hold this over.
And tell you how you
Sure,
can
we
make
can
money.
go to the owner,
Just,
Just
and if
inquire.
they say no,
Inquire.
they say no, but
Sure.
if they say yes,
sure,
that changes things pretty
drastic.
drastically
Sure.
in a favorable
If you
way.
could also confirm the ADA questions for us, that would be nice. just to make sure that you're doing what businesses typically do to make sure that they're compliant.
I'm not sure what triggers the EDA review. Probably curious.
I'm
Yeah,
open.
and I know that
I'm
one,
not
the one, that one that we did, that one is compliant, but there is nothing up above.
Well, as long as it's compliant to your plan, I think that's
what we.
what we need to confirm. It sounds like the answer is yes, but if we could just double back and confirm that.
And we'll look too, because we don't normally have ADA issues at this board,
Yeah,
but
they can't even get a building permit unless it satisfies people who know, more than we do. I'm also surprised by the fact that there are at least 3 registered architects on the planning board. One on this board, and they've recommended it to us. Maybe there are more.
that part is surprising to me.
Jenny, Doug, Nate, yeah, 3 architects.
That part is surprising to me, but
Well, probably because there's a desire for this to not be what it is anymore. And that is a risk to all the other good things we're doing. So I think
I think
that's,
we're on the right track though.
yeah,
Table this for now, try and get some more information and then.
That's acceptable
We'll check with,
to you.
sure, we'll check with the,
Econo Lodge, which
Yeah.
looks like there's space and
I
then
know they're not full, they're not full.
they're not full, yeah,
Ever.
right.
I don't know. I agree and they should, but I think that this could potentially introduce other complications because. You're encouraging people to park in a lot that they then cross a public street, not likely to be at a crosswalk, it introduces a whole bunch of risk. If you're saying, hey, park over there and walk across the street, what if somebody gets hit and they weren't at a crosswalk?
There may not even be reciprocal parking.
It gets, that will get very complicated from a liability perspective, and it's again outside the purview of our board, but
Yeah.
not
I
for
guess
us to
that's
decide
something-
here, but that. Type of issue complicates these types of agreements.
But we don't wanna render the property useless.
Right,
Because they only have so much space,
right.
and if we don't do something, then they can't have any business there at all.
Right,
yeah, exactly.
I could tell him how we could make money with the building.
We understand, we know where you're coming from, man, we understand your.
No, I want to finish this. Call up welfare, they get $2,000 a month. And they give them money to live there and they'll buy a Bronco, like the house next door.
Nobody can live here, it's not zoned for residential.
Yeah.
But they had people living there, but these
Now it's been.
animals could live anywhere, they could live on a tree. Welfare pays $2,000 a month, plus 2 cell phones, plus TV, plus full pay of 1,000 something a month.
This is not zoned for residential, so that's not a
And
conversation.
that's a decision for him to make, that's the property owner.
Yeah, but that's
not up to this board, but that's not up to,
From them.
it's not up to our board, we're just looking at parking, man.
Yeah, well,
That's all we're looking at.
I don't think that should be. It's a very bad idea, very, very bad.
But if you wanna table this and I'll.
I know.
yeah, so can I make a motion to table this for the property owner or applicant to seek more information and provide, supplement the record with potential reciprocal parking opportunities and to confirm ADA compliance with the requested plan. Information to confirm that one spot as ADA.
Okay.
And
Is there a
then
second?
we can come back.
I'll second.
Second by Jamie, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, opposed, staying, motion to table carries. We'll resume, first item, next. meeting.
Does that work?
Yep,
If you need another month, call us and let us know, and
Okay.
we'll do that, okay.
all right.
Thanks.
Thank you, thanks for coming in.
Will there be another notice?
If it goes beyond another month, yes, if it's next month, then.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, everybody. If that's all we have, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
They must be paying him a lot of money to come in and
All
lie.
opposed? Staying, motion's carried. Everybody have a great day.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you guys, are you